If your house is on the market but you haven't gotten any offers that you're comfortable with, you may be wondering, what do I do if it doesn't sell? So for a growing number of homeowners, that's turning into a new dilemma. Should I just rent it instead? There's a term for this in the industry, and it's called the accidental landlord. So why is this happening more often right now? So currently, the number of homeowners turning into accidental landlords is rising. Business Insider explains it this way. While there have always been accidental landlords, an era of middling home sales brought on by a steep rise in borrowing rates is minting a new wave of reluctant rental owners. So basically, sales have slowed down as buyers struggle with today's affordability challenges, and that's leaving some homeowners with listings that sit and they go stale. And if they don't want to drop their price to try to appeal to new buyers, they may just decide to rent instead. But here's the thing you need to remember if renting your house has crossed your mind. Becoming a landlord, if that wasn't your original plan, there's probably a reason for that. It comes with a lot more responsibility and risk than people expect. Now that's what we're talking about in today's episode, and we're getting after it right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to keep on top of the real estate market in Richmond, Virginia, and all those surrounding counties of Hanover, Henrico, Chesterfield, New Kent, Goochland, and Powhatan, then subscribe right there below and tap that notifications bell so you can be the first to know about the current market in Richmond, Virginia. So your likes and subscribes, they help me grow the channel, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate them. So my goal this year is to get the channel to over 1,000 subscribers, so thanks in advance for your help. Now, as always, my name is Scott Gurnley with Joyner Fine Properties. My team and I get calls from folks like you every single day looking for help making the move to the greater Richmond area or just moving within RVA, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days, 90 days, heck, even 9 months, you can give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. All of our information is linked right there in that description below, and we're going to help you make a smooth move to Richmond, Virginia. So the content of this video does apply to what we have termed as the accidental landlords, but it also applies to what I'm going to call intentional landlords as well. So I've had a lot of buyer clients moving within Richmond or from out of town who have nice equity in their home and a low mortgage rate, and they decide to intentionally keep it as a rental. So they are essentially viewing this home as an investment to keep in their portfolio. Now, one caveat here is to do this, you do have to be able to qualify for multiple mortgages at the same time, and these folks have been able to do so. So if you find yourself toying with the rental option under either scenario, ask yourself these 3 questions first. Question number 1. Does your house have potential as a profitable rental? Now, just because you can rent, it doesn't mean you should. For example, are you moving out of state? Managing maintenance from far away isn't always easy. Does the home need repairs before it's rental ready? And do you have the time or the funds for that? Is your neighborhood one that typically attracts, good renters? Or, would your house be profitable as a rental? So if any of these questions give you pause, it's a sign that selling may be a better move. So question number 2, are you ready to be a landlord? Now, on paper, renting sounds like easy passive income. We've all seen the infomercials, about buying properties. In reality, it often looks more like this. Midnight calls about clogged toilets or broken air conditioners, chasing down missed rental payments, damage you have to fix between tenants. As Redfin notes, quote, landlords have to fix things like broken pipes, defunct HVAC systems, and structural damage, among other essential repairs. If you don't have a few $1,000s on hand to take care of these repairs, you could end up in a bind. So, question number 3, have you thought through the true costs? So according to Bankrate, here are just a few of the hidden costs that come with renting out your home. First is a higher insurance premium. Landlord insurance typically costs more than about 25% more than an owner-occupied home. Then you've got management fees. Now, if you use a property manager, they typically take about 10% of your rent. Then there's the maintenance, advertising costs between tenants, gaps between tenants where you have to cover the mortgage without rental coming in. That all adds up fast. So these are 3 questions you need to really consider before making that plunge into being a landlord. So thank you for tuning in to today's episode. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. Now, I like to cut through the noise in the real estate market and let folks know what I think is really going on. But linked in the description below, I have 3 absolutely free gifts for you. First, there is a free Richmond, Virginia relocation guide. So you must like watching videos about Richmond, Virginia, or you wouldn't be on this channel, and you certainly wouldn't have made it this far in this video. But it's also nice to have something you can flip through in your spare time. Click on things and learn more about RVA. So this is chocked full of great information, and it's a must download. So gift number 2 is a free buyer's guide. This walks you through the buying process from front to back with things like your timeline, setting a budget, how your agent gets paid, creating a wish list, the pre-approval process, all those pesky things that happen between contract and closing, and much more. Again, tons of great information in there for you. So last but not least, we know when people move, oftentimes they have to sell in their current location. So I have a seller's guide for you. Now, this handy resource is pretty specific on how I do things when I sell a home, but it covers prepping your home for sale, general timelines, what agents should do to properly market your home. That is so important these days. What happens from contract to closing, and then, again, much more. But here's the bottom line. Before you decide to rent your home under either scenario, accidental landlord or intentional landlord, make sure you carefully weigh the pros and cons of doing so. For some homeowners, the hassle and expense may not be worth it. While renting can be a smart move for the right person with the right house, if you're only considering it because your listing didn't get traction, there may be a better solution. That could be talking to your agent and revisiting your pricing strategy on your house first. So hopefully you can rework that strategy, relaunch at the right price, and attract real buyers to make the sale happen. So if you want to talk more about the pros and cons of rentals, you can always give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. That information is linked right there in that description below. And until next time, I hope to show you around town. Take care, folks.